Okay, let's see what's up. It is, you know who I am. You clicked on the video. Alright, so today we got one of my favorite series to watch. Series to watch on YouTube. It's called Middle Ground. And the video I got is death penalty versus anti-death penalty. So let's hope it doesn't get too dark, but let's see. First, all right, in the comments, let me know before the video even starts.
Fire killed him for raping her 7-year-old daughter.
Do you agree with the death penalty? Yes or no?
What?
Should people be put to death? All right.
If you support the death penalty, please take the light to the left. If you do not support the death penalty, take the light to the right. First statement, step forward if you agree. If you do not agree, if it is not true for you, stay exactly where you are. Having a death penalty deters people from committing crimes.
Okay, before I even see where people go to, no, it doesn't deter people from committing crimes. Obviously. We see right now, people still commit crimes. And we have it in a few states. No. So there's... I see this one guy already wants to jump in here ready. Sprinting. Ooh, last minute.
I don't
She just looks like she's ready to argue.
That any regular human, the average human,
I hope. Let me hear her out first. Okay.
Speaking about would risk their life when that survival instinct is so incredibly ingrained and so strong.
That's the foundation of my entire argument, the reason why I stay on the left-hand side. Not because I feel that capital punishment should be handed out, dished out to everyone that commits a crime. No, I'm talking about the idea that, in my opinion, capital punishment is a deterrent. It influences the way people behave. Look at Michigan. Michigan abolished capital punishment in 1858.
Exactly.
Look at the crime rate in Michigan right now.
Ridiculous.
What? Did that... I don't agree with that stat at all. There's what, Michigan has one bad city, Detroit? Like what? Okay, let me just hear.
Your child grabs a vase purposefully. You see them. Grab the vase, smash it on the ground. Look you dead in the eye. Are they deserving of punishment?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Are they aware of their actions?
They're 4 years old.
Exactly.
They looked you right in the eye.
So they know.
Exactly.
So they know what they did
But
wrong.
they know what they're doing wrong.
But they're 4 years old.
No. They know what they're doing wrong. It's like a challenge. You know, they're going to continue to do the same thing over and over, and they're going to keep testing.
You're in
What
that
if I told you that
1 to
instead
5.
of punishing that child, you spoke to that child? People, though, might not have all the information in the way that a 4-year-old doesn't have all the information.
Disagreeers.
Okay, I see her point of... I've kind of said something like this before too. Like, if we're too ready to jump to punishing somebody instead of trying to get an understanding of why they chose to do that. But okay, well, it depends on the crime. Some people don't need to be talked to though. It just requires a punishment.
I really don't remember any time someone was like, I really want to kill someone, but that death penalty, man, oh. No, it just doesn't make sense to me that that's a deterrent.
Facts,
if anything, a human connection to someone, to themselves or their family or someone they care about has been the biggest deterrent in my idea, of course.
Anyone can be rehabilitated back into society.
I'm gonna go ahead and go. No. because if you ever watch some of those, like, what are those shows, Catch a Killer? And you see some of those people, bro, like, they're so far gone and just like, no, I wouldn't want to see them released back out just because I don't think they even chose to be rehabilitated. So no, like, no. Everybody can't be rehabilitated. Just look at psych wards.
Absolutely. Absolutely, y'all. Here's the thing. I think this is probably the most hippie part about my whole thinking is that unending optimism for people, that I know better than to give up on someone.
It's not giving up. It's just realizing.
I agreed with the first half of the sentence.
It's not giving up. It's just realizing where they are mentally. Some people just will not get past a certain mindset. So, if anything, you try to just kind of contain them to not go further down the dark side. But that's not giving up.
But not the second. And that I think
Containing them
anybody can
somewhere.
be rehabilitated. That doesn't mean that they're going back into society. There are options for somebody to live a full, complete life and not be a danger to society.
You also have to look at it with child molestation
Yeah.
cases. I mean, how are you going to send someone that did some crime like that is so heinous?
Facts.
And it's happened many times where they release these people constantly, and they're still doing the same thing.
No matter how much you try to rehabilitate someone, they also have to want to be rehabilitated in order.
I just said that. Like, some people just don't want to. Like, that's who they want to be. Thank you, bro.
That's the thing. We're assuming people don't want to be rehabilitated. That's my whole point. Is that if you can believe
It's not assuming.
that people
There's
don't want to be
costs involved.
rehabilitated, though,
Unless when you have my bad, I'm pausing it so much. But if you have a conversation with people, professionals have a conversation with these people and they realize these people do not want to be rehabilitated. Or they're choosing not to be. Or not choosing better for themselves. Then, dude, what else are you supposed to do? Be like, nah, I think he'll still make it. And just put him back out there? Or he or she? No. You got to keep society safe.
then you have to also believe the possibility that they could redeem themselves and do something amazing after that rehabilitation.
For those
He's super
people
optimistic.
that are just like past rehabilitation, are they deserving of death? Is that what we've come to?
It really depends on, again, what the circumstances, what this crime is.
But
Facts.
that's where we get into like, who are we to say who's deserving or not? We need to actually know their entire story, who they
Dude.
are as a person, their upbringing, what got them into that situation, their mental stability. All of those things can be taken more into consideration.
But that goes to say
Right.
that once you read their book, that you're going to be empathetic, and it's clear that they've taken the
Well,
side.
you can't have empathy
No,
when
yeah.
families have lost their
Yeah.
kids due to those
There's
killings.
no
That's
way,
the
shape, or form.
entire most important time to happen.
What?
Yes.
That's the whole point.
Yep.
Is when families have
I
gone through
can't-
that
I
to
can't see
understand
that.
what the family's going through on top of what the person went through.
Everyone deserves a second.
Okay, bro, he tried to tie in the victim's family. Like, you gotta understand how the victim's family felt. And then tie that into feeling like what the killer of, or the molestation case is what the guy said. Yeah, but I see how he was trying to tie it in, but dude, that's okay.
Chance.
Let's just keep watching.
Personally, I don't think everybody deserves a second chance, but I do believe that there are people who do deserve it. So it just depends. Again, like I was mentioning earlier, it depends on what kind of crime
Very
they're committing.
situational.
If they killed
Yep.
somebody, I don't believe that they deserve a second chance. But if they did like a lesser crime, like they're stealing something from a store, like candy or something like that, or a
Facts.
TV or firecracker, I do believe that they deserve.
Yeah, bro. I mean, if it's a non-violent crime, I mean, or it was just like property taken, stuff like that, I think you can find something reasonable to work out in that. But if it's, yeah, like you said,
Here's the thing for me. This is why it gets hypocritical to me in this kind of discussion, where we all think about the other person of the victim or something like that in terms of second chances. But the whole biggest idea, we really confront this idea, is if it was us. Would I want a second chance if I knew I messed up on something, however heinous or big it was, or however small it was? I want that second chance. And if
Come
makes
on,
my family,
that's not how
the
you can
least I
think.
want.
No, you can't
So
think
that's why I
about
know
that
it
like
applies
that.
to everyone.
I think it depends on what the second chance is. That doesn't mean that there is absolute re-entry into society. A second chance often means giving someone their life.
Just say a horrendous crime that someone raped then burned someone alive. It's a horrendous crime. To just let them out of society, that's too much of a second chance. But from within the confines of prison for such a heinous act, that you do get a little bit more.
Only one. Yeah. Just want to go back to the statement. People deserve chances. Does every single person deserve a second chance? In my opinion, no, because maybe what the crime that they committed. Then you're talking about, I would love to have the chance to have a second chance. There's a difference between I would love to have it and I deserve it.
I think I'm a little
Valid
confused
point.
about where it is that this line
That
is
was
drawn, because that makes
a
the difference between
yes, very
a second
good
chance,
point.
between life and death, between consideration and no consideration.
I think it does start with obviously the crime that you commit. There's a difference between intentionally and unintentionally killing a
Okay,
person.
so what if I put a pillow over a woman's face versus if I chop her up?
That's
So ending someone's life, that is the height of violence.
Pre-med, if it was calculated, I don't think you deserve a second chance. And in my opinion, for a crime like that, no, I don't care. I have no remorse. I have no mercy for anyone who kills anyone.
Okay, there was, I spoke about this the other day. There was a woman who set her husband on fire, killed him for raping her 7-year-old daughter. She found him, murdered him. That was not self-defense.
That's revenge.
It was premeditated.
That's revenge. That's
Yes,
my opinion.
and yes, and yes.
First off, that's what she's supposed to do. In case you guys want to know my perspective, which I'm sure you do because you're here in the video, watching the video. I would hope somebody's he raped the little girl. Like, the mom did the right thing.
Death penalty. It is still. She can. Listen. She can go through the legal process. I don't care how much it hurts.
Boy, he is tripping.
I understand.
No way.
You still need to go through the legal process like everybody else. You don't take it into your own hands to go and
you guys
to
talk
go
about
and.
the death penalty like
dude.
it's global justice, like you're doing something for the world, like
You
you're
are.
removing a threat. But that
Oh,
woman
man.
was doing some global justice
He's weird.
if I ever heard it.
That was not her right to do, though. That's not how
How
it works.
is it that you say that a jury of your peers, that we as citizens, we as the constituency, we have that right then? What, because we have numbers? Because we have some process?
A death
Supporting
penalty
it?
is a state-sanctioned homicide. It still is a homicide, but it.
Let me know what y'all think. Do you think the woman was justified, or do you think that she should have took this guy's approach and went to the law and told everybody blah 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 and waited until he was convicted of the crime? Yeah, put it in the comments.
It is decided by multiple people.
I know,
At
who
that
are
point,
we?
Here's the thing. I think we need to go above the legal system in this dialogue because it was legal to have slaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
that was
Whenever we
legal
say
that
the
was
legal
also-
system, we have to go beyond this.
and that was
This is
also
where our
abolished.
ideas transcend what we're talking about.
If someone
I kinda hate that
genuinely
argument.
apologizes for a crime,
I've heard that before,
your
but
punishment should be reduced.
what the whole legal is not moral argument. It's not that I hate it, but people like to throw it out so much that it becomes kind of watered down. That's so situational too.
The thing is, like, of course, it's the hardest part of this concept, this idea, is how do you judge someone's genuine authenticity?
This dude thinks
and their
everything is
apologeticness,
rosy.
right?
He thinks
I
like
specifically remember a case, Stanley Tookie Williams, this guy really convinced me that he was apologetic for his crime. And the thing was, he believed he didn't commit the crime. He was innocent of the crime.
The
but
leader-
he was still...
Stanley Tookie, wasn't that he's the guy that founded the Crips?
Really
This was just like a few years
convinced me
ago
that
when he-
apologetic for his crime.
right?
And
2012?
the thing was, he believed he didn't commit the crime. He was innocent of the crime, but he was still apologetic for his past crimes that he had done in his life and the things that he did get convicted for. So when I saw that he made a children's book about preventing other kids from actually ending up where he ended up as a gang member and leader of the Crips, I believe, that was enough
See?
for me. Where he's actually going out of his way to prevent future crime from happening for other people. I'm like, all right, I accept your apology, man. I accept that big time. Man.
there's no way of validating an apology. I mean, like, how do you know if they're apologizing, they're lying? You know, that happens a lot. I mean, there are people who seem so genuine and behind their eyes, they're not.
You don't
they're
know.
not truthful.
Let's just say a gang on gang violence. Just say that a gang member did a hit on a house
said nothing the whole time.
Opposing gang member and their family. And just say, well, a shooting, he killed 3 people. Just say eventually he did apologize. It doesn't matter. He still killed someone, and he should still serve a life sentence for it.
What if this person did so much to redeem themselves or account for that and actually showed their genuine apologeticness behind it? What if
I do not
that's
care.
the whole thing.
I do
You
not
don't care.
I don't care. Is that they committed murder, they get life in prison. No death penalty, they get life in prison.
So if they became Mother Teresa after this?
Nope.
No?
Life in prison.
Okay.
They get to see their life behind bars.
I think it's important to consider the due stress that this gentleman is under. He's in a gang lifestyle.
Taxpayers pay for that, by the way.
In a gang environment where he's gonna get his ass beat if he does not go make this hit. Even in military crimes, like in World War II, all of those people that followed orders, yes, they were guilty of those crimes.
There are people who oppose. There are people who tried to, within Hitler's own group, tried to kill Hitler. You still, as an individual, chose to do an action.
You can't count on somebody else to have courage in the capacity that you do. You can't count on somebody to be as intelligent or as brave as you are.
If we just allow someone just to skirt by like that, we're giving a bad example to everybody else in society, and they're going to think that they can just repeat the same thing, and they're going to get away with it.
I believe
they're making some good
anyone
points.
Can forgive anyone given enough time.
I don't know. I don't think so. Not anybody can forgive anyone. Look at how many people still like have like past hurt and I guess trauma from like family issues, and they can't even forgive their own family. So I don't think that they could just like forget anybody can just forgive anyone. Yeah, that takes probably with years of therapy, and that may increase it a little bit, but nah, I don't think anybody can just.
I mean, once I read a story about a mother that forgave the killer of her child, I'm like, okay, I believe in it. I believe anything's possible now.
Imagine your mother for a second.
This dude's silly, bro.
If someone were to kill your mother, would you be able to forgive that person?
Great question.
No.
Facts. I feel you.
Eventually.
This dude, bro.
It'd be hard.
Question.
Okay, he only said that because he had to stick with his side that he went with. No, he would. I hope for his mother's sake that he wouldn't be like, yeah, I forgive the guy. Oh my gosh.
Anyone can,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say yes with time.
Unless you've really experienced something like that, you won't know yourself, really. You only know what you feel right now, but unless you were in that motion where it did happen, that mentality, you don't know.
Way to traumatize people with that question.
Oh, for real.
Yeah, first of all, guys, for asking that question about your mother, I applaud you for even giving the consideration to forgive that person. And for myself personally, if something like that did happen to my mum, I would find it so hard for myself to forgive that person who committed that act.
There is no. I'm not.
He has destroyed my life.
Facts.
Also destroyed our family's lives.
I think I would eventually forgive, but I know there's people out there who would always hold a grudge.
I can't justify someone killing my mother.
Me.
I mean, I can't see myself
I'm
forgiving
those people.
like that.
I heard a great concept about immediately forgiving someone and finding the reasons to forgive them later. Like that actually helped me find peace of mind, knowing that that's like the guaranteed, like where I should end up anyway, you know?
So back to this concept of our own mothers. If my mother were to commit murder, I would vouch for her to receive capital punishment.
Oh, I know their mamas are gonna watch this pissed off. Dude, what? I mean, what's right is right.
You know, I can't sit here and be a hypocrite and say that I'm for capital punishment. If my own mother would to commit a crime that's so heinous, I would be for, even for her.
The law applies to everyone.
Even my own mother.
Yeah. If law enforcement has to abide by the laws, if us citizens have to abide by the law. Yeah, mom should too.
This is a very troubling thing for me that anybody walked up to these chairs, because one, it's something that I question morally and emotionally about our society, that we're not already crying or feeling some kind of feeling about our own mother being on death row. Because now we can easily imagine, if we take it one more step further, that every single person on death row is somebody's mother or father or sister or brother.
This dude,
we can't escape that. We'll be sad.
he takes too
they committed
too much emotion into
and
everything.
They have to pay for it.
That's it for you?
Why
That's it?
does it have to be the death penalty, though? Why does it have to be the death penalty?
Like, there's
Why
no discussion,
would I be
there's no
for the
deeper
death penalty in the
emotional-
first place on other crimes?
Punishment,
Sex offenders, why would I be for? And what if they were a sex offender themselves? That doesn't exclude them because they're my parents.
Yeah.
Right.
I am afraid that there are innocent people on death row.
Yeah. I've thought about that a few times. Yeah, I think there is. What's the movie? Just Mercy that just came out with Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx. I mean, that showed that. Well, he got off like 142 people from death row in Alabama.
Isn't the current
Could be more,
for
too.
sure.
Could be more people.
The current count, I believe, ever since President Carter, is 100 people have been found not guilty due to basically witnesses lying, DNA, and other such things. So
That's not accurate.
100 people is not a small amount.
Yeah, if one person is innocent, that's enough for me to not trust the legal system. And on top of that, in terms of corruption, racism, all these kind of things that affect our whole legal system, I don't know why it's taboo to say that. Like, yeah, we need to admit that more, and it's going to be okay. Like, let's admit it and move forward. Can I just hug you?
This dude, bro. Okay. All right, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. To give my personal viewpoint, I am for the death penalty in certain situations. They call for it, like they said, very heinous situations of like committing murder, something towards a child that causes that child to, lose their life, things like that. I don't think it should be exercised all the time, but I definitely think it's something we should have within our law in just in case clause, if you will. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and give me suggestions too. Let me know other videos I can check out. I like videos like this. We'll do a couple of fun ones too. Before the day is over, so we don't have something so deep all the time. But yeah, so let me know.